Hello. Mm, Okay. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Today is Monday, the September the 26th, and I'm talking to you from Hamar, from our physical lab for this project, which is Dream Hamar. My name is Belinda Tato, and I work for Ecosistema Urbano, a Spain-based architecture company, and we are carrying out this project for the city of Hamar in Norway. And for that reason, I'm going to be here in Hamar from September to December to lead and direct some activities, which are some workshops and lectures around different topics. Because the final aim of all this is that we are creating the new urban design for this beautiful square, which is Stuttgart, and it's just in the center. And well, that's the main reason and the main end of everything. And we've been working for this project all the way from July, and we will be working for this project all the way to June. In this first period, we will carry out some activities for people to have a word on the design of the square, so that afterwards they were given the opportunity to give their ideas. So it's good if they could take it as an opportunity. And then when we wrap up in December all these conclusions and ideas, and we will be working for the urban design of the new Stuttgart from December till June the next year, when we will have to deliver the final design. Today is a beautiful. It was rainy for a while, but suddenly the sun is coming out again, and it's suddenly all the colors are so bright because it's so moist and wet. So I have a beautiful view of Stuttgart from my working place, and that is just amazing. This is the physical lab. You cannot see very much today, but we have a very big space, and this is the place where all these workshops and lectures are going to take place. And also it is an exhibition for people to come in, to ask questions about the project, to give their ideas, to share with us their concerns and ideas and suggestions for Stuttgart. Actually, it's quite an active place, and we're very surprised by how active and talkative people in Hamar are. They're really stepping in and giving their ideas every day. We have visitors every day, and it's very nice. Today I'm here on my own. I usually am here with my colleague Noah Pierre, but she's on a trip today, so if there is any technical difficulties, which I hope not, it will be a mess. So I hope everything works out all right. But we always have some scares with the techniques, and it's supposed to be working pretty well, but suddenly, sometimes I think it's just because it's on Mondays. Okay, I want to give a brief synthesis of how things are going on. Last Saturday, the 17th, we have the opening event. It was an amazing, beautiful, sunny day. It was so great. And we invited urban artist Boa Mistura from Madrid to come and to do an intervention. So they painted 1,500 square meters of the actual Stuttgart. And this space that they intervened used to be a parking space, and now it's a public space. And it's so amazing because people are really, behaving in such a different way. It was only 3 days work, this implementation time, and actually the space is completely transformed, and hopefully there will not be complaints about the parking lost, because it's a space that is occupied by the people again, and I think that is just amazing. I will share with you some images of that. Well, the intervention was very nice because suddenly the granite boulders that used to be just for preventing the cars to come into the space were used in a different way. We give some directions of how to place them, and they were relocated all over the place. Here you can see, you still see the parking lines, lines, so you really see that it was a parking spot. And all of a sudden, just because of the color, because of the relocation of these pieces, and also because of the, this intervention, all of a sudden the space looks completely different. Well, here you can see, how it looks now. It is very nice because suddenly, as I said, people use these pieces as seats, and the interpretation, the meaning of the drawing was like a kind of an interpretation of the Norwegian knitting patterns. And actually from the top there is a webcam in the building just in front of the Stuttgart, and from the top it really looks like a sweater. It's so amazing, it's so nice. So this is the final look of the place, and here you will be able to see it from the top. This was a sunny day after the intervention, and here you can see that these cubes are just spread all over the place. And here you can see this beautiful picture with the Lake Mjosa on the background. Okay, so this is regarding the opening event. As I said, it was a beautiful day, it was amazing. There were a lot of people, and people were very curious about the workshops and the activities. So actually up to 60 people already signed up already for the workshops. Well, and that's the main activity from now on. Tomorrow it's this is the technology week, and tomorrow we're starting with Bjarte Itre Arne. He's a media person, and he will be leading as a community activator the technology workshop tomorrow. And then on the next day it will be Juan Freire coming from Spain to lead also the second technology workshop as an international guest. And then on Thursday Juan will be holding a lecture, and we will have a roundtable at the end of the lecture with both of them, both Bjarte and Juan. We're very excited about this. We hope already many people signed up for the workshops, but for the lecture you don't have to sign up, you just have to show up. So we're very curious to see how this dialogue between these different cultures, different people, different backgrounds, goes on. But I think both people are very interesting and very challenging. One of the things that we will discuss will be how do Norwegians use the technology to organize themselves, and how can technology be linked to the use of the public space. I think that's a very hot topic here, considering the extreme winter conditions and how life is really affected by the fact that it's minus 24, 25, minus 30, minus 15 in the winter time. So the use of the public space is really, is really determined by the weather conditions. So and also the Scandinavian societies are very active on the internet. They're the most active societies at the moment. So how do you hybridate this? How can you take this as an advantage and as an opportunity to make the public space more active and interesting? So there's a whole topic there, and I think the workshops will kind of stimulate the assistants to, to think in a different way and to try to think opportunities to transform this actual Stuttgart, which is it's an amazing platform, but it's still too empty from my point of view, and but it's got a huge potential. Just just look at the picture here. I mean, this is just half of the square, so it is amazing, and it's this beautiful building, and then the Lake Mjosa in the background. So it really, it has all the conditions to become a very active and intense public space, but it's not at the moment. So the aim of the workshops is to push people to be creative and to brainstorm all together so that we can come up with great ideas, so that we can, distillate these ideas and incorporate them as much as possible into the final urban design. And also the connection with the new Kulturhuset. As you may see from the website on the building in front of the Stuttgart, the construction, well, not the construction has not started, but the demolition has started, and right now it's a real kind of construction site, and there's been a machine, tearing down the building. So in just 2 more days, there will be nothing left. It will be just a huge space. And there's a new Kulturhuset coming up. It will be a very modern and kind of sophisticated building with all the technologies and all the kind of pluses as a new building. And also we think that the relation between the square in front of the building and the building itself should be very powerful, in the sense that how can we create the best conditions for readers as a library. This public space could actually work as an open air reading space, for example. So I mean, there's many things to be thought of, and that's the way we're gonna work during these days. And also I would like to say that also tomorrow, very early in the morning, we will have 25 students from Bergen Architecture School. They're joining us to do something during tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday, and they will kind of intervene the public space. We have some ideas, but I cannot share them with you yet, because I have to discuss them with them first of all, but also because it should be a surprise. But we will make a kind of an open call, and it will be public tomorrow. So the idea is to explore new ways of using the public space, to do some little research, asking the locals how they would like to use this future Stuttgart, and actually the idea is to come and do it and try to do something really shocking on Wednesday. I think it could be fun. I know Bergen students are quite bold and they're not shy at all, and I'm not either myself. So I hope we can come up with nice interventions so that people can, be really creative and react to it. One of the things that we are enjoying the most, I must say, is that from the opening event, since the opening event last Saturday the 17th, we've been here working, Noah and myself, every day. We're here very early in the morning, we leave late in the evening, and it's very nice to see that people come into the place to visit us, to come up with their ideas. There's a lot of old people in town, and they're really eager to cooperate and to express themselves, and I find that fascinating, because you sometimes have the idea that the old people, they don't want to get engaged. And maybe they're not coming to the workshops, and that's fine, but they're coming in and they are asking questions and they want to know what's happening, and they're telling us about the history of Hamar and Stuttgart. So I'm really, positively surprised by this fact, and I really love it. And the other thing is that people are really becoming creative. The other day we had a lady who came in, and she was very surprised by the intervention, because she had been away for 3 days, and it was exactly when we were doing this. So she came in and she said, "Oh, I love it. I just saw it. I just arrived from a trip and I love it, and I want to do something. I really feel like we should become more spontaneous, and we should just step on the granite pieces and do something, do a performance." Actually, I sing in a choir, and I would love to sing. And I found that really moving, I must say, because that's one of the things that we are, theoretically always saying is like, it would be great if we as designers can provide the perfect design for people to be more free, more creative, more spontaneous, and to get people to do things and to get people to meet each other. So when she said that, I was like, I can't believe it. This is just amazing. I would love you to do that, and we will give you all the support if you want to do it. And just decide to do it, and we will communicate it. We will, email. We will do a nice poster. We will do everything, but just do it. And she said, okay, I have to think it over once more, but maybe I'll come to you again. So if there is anybody from Hamar, on the other side of the screen, I would really push you to come up with ideas, because we're really looking forward to listen to them. And the whole, we're only going to be here from September to December. It's very, very, very short period. We want to do so many things, and but of course, whatever we want to do is for you, it's for Hamar locals and citizens. So it would be great if you can be part of it and not just spectators, but be kind of creators. So that's the whole point of this. Another nice experience that we had this week is there was another lady from Hamar, also very nice, originally from France. And she saw us working until very late, and she said, well, you're working so much, I'm gonna bring you some cake one of these days. So anyway, 2 days later she came up with a beautiful apple cake that of course we enjoyed. But the idea was, talking to her, we thought of making a kind of weekly meeting around cakes and coffee, and that would be also an opportunity to meet other people, to get people to know each other, to share ideas, because it's not, we perfectly understand that people are somehow, we're sometimes overloaded with activities and with work and the house and the kids and so much, that maybe coming to the regular workshops you don't feel like doing it because you're too tired. But maybe you could also join these kind of more kind of relaxed and not official meetings, but kind of relaxed atmosphere meetings in which we can just chat about Stuttgart, but also about much more, and actually to get people to know each other, because we are in kind of an in-between process. We really expect this public space to become a meeting place, but at the moment it's not. At the moment it's just a kind of, on the one hand, it's a construction site, and there's this street where the cars drive by, and they're really eager to go very fast. And then it's, the kind of the beginning, the first seed of a public space there, because of the intervention. But still, because of the cars, because of the noise, because of the traffic, it's not the best public space where people would really, gather naturally. So somehow we want to create the basis and the reasons for people to behave differently and to, to know each other and to meet and to have the opportunity to debate and to talk about not only Stuttgart, of course, but Hamar, Norway, live, whatever. And it's somehow we kind of replacing this public space with this physical lab, and we have a lot of chairs, we have very beautiful coffee, we have some tables. So we're really thinking about doing this, and of course we will be happy to listen to your ideas, and we will come up with some information soon. So it will be on the website if we finally do it. That of course we will, just a matter of little time. Okay, I don't know if there is somebody today from Hamar joining us. If there is, I just want to remind that still there's a place for the on-site workshops of this week. This week is Technology Week, and we will have Bjarte Itre Arne holding a workshop tomorrow in the evening. And also, I don't know, and also Juan Freire on Wednesday, and a lecture on Thursday. So if you want to join us, I will be happy to have you here. I would also like to say, to thank, because we had so far so many supports. I want to thank especially Aitsiva, who is giving free Wi-Fi at Stuttgart. We will have free Wi-Fi until December, and it was hard work for them, but also for us. but it's ready and is working now. So thanks to Aitsiva, and I also want to thank Hamar Centrum for their support, the Vikensip as well, and also Monterra. They gave us a special prize for some of the products that we bought, and of course the Commune, and I don't know if I'm missing someone, but that's basically it. And of course Kunstbanken, because they hosted us also at the end of the opening event. I will show some pictures for those who were not able to come or who are from abroad or whatever. Okay, these are some pictures of the opening event. Here is Gri Veronica, who kindly hosted the event, and she made a beautiful presentation, of course in Norwegian. This is the mayor, Einar Busterud. And these are some pictures of the opening of the exhibition. These are some pictures of the Skolbak Cultural Rucksacken. It's an educational program that links the schools with some artistic or creative activities every year. And this year they decided here in Hamar to connect it to the Dream Hamar process. That means that 1,292 kids have been drawing their ideas for Stuttgart. We will soon, we were going through that information to elaborate a kind of a report of them. And now some of these ideas, some of these groups were selected and they're working on a 3D model. So they're, elaborating further their ideas. Well, actually, one of the conclusions is that everybody wants water in Stuttgart, and we're always making the joke that if we don't provide some water at the Stuttgart, we're gonna get kicked off of the work, because it's like I would say 90% of the kids are claiming for some kind of fountain of water games or something related to water, and I find that very surprising considering that they have this huge lake, just behind this building. Okay, so these are some of the. They're working with different media, that is plastilina, cardboard, any kind of things. Okay, these are some pictures of the Stuttgart and also in the time of the implementation. This is one of the, I would say this is the first skater of Stuttgart. I love this when this this main pattern encounters the granite pieces and how this new geometry appears. Okay, this is when we were relocating the granite pieces, and this is Boa Mistura design for the Stuttgart. That's that's the first skater actually. These are some images of the exhibition, and these are some images of the opening. And this is the model. I don't know if I already introduced the model, but the model has got a LED screen inside where we play a video that I think is already available on YouTube. And the video tells a little bit about the history of the Stuttgart and also about the future, of course. These are some of the models displayed at the exhibition. This is me with Kate Koch. This is Moki Rien, who is one of our community activators in the topic of people. She's a vocalist and she's been traveling all around the world. Okay, this is the view from the top when it was not yet implemented. Okay, and this is a beautiful Sunday picture when it was already raining, because the challenge here for the implementation was that there was only 2 days without rain, and that was Friday and Saturday, so everything has to be done very quickly, because then it will rain and you cannot work when it's raining. So it's very nice. And this is a spontaneous already behavior from a local girl who, invited by Emilio de Stua, and she decided to jump from the granite. Okay, here is a diagram in which we're trying to explain or synthesize the whole, the whole meaning of the project. And here we can see like the different ingredients of what is Dream Hamar. We here see academic network, and that means the different universities that are engaged into this process somehow. That means that their students are either working around Stuttgart for the full year or for a period of time, or they're coming for a workshop here, so it's different kind of formats. Not all of them are also around sound. We also have different professions. We have graphic designers, we have sociologists and everything. For instance, we had the visit the other day from Bjarne Vinsland, who is a componist, liedsamler och producent. Anyway, he's an artist who works mainly with the sound and eyes, and he's engaging his students from Hamar into a sound research around Stuttgart, and I found that fascinating because architects, we are mainly focused on the physical part, on the materiality, and on those visible issues, but actually the invisible are just as important. So I'm really looking forward to see the results of their work. So well, anyway, that's so far we have University of Alicante. The students are developing this as a full year program. We have the students from Copenhagen who already did a workshop of 1 week in Copenhagen. We have Politecnico de Milano. We have Bergen students who are coming tomorrow, but then they also come in at the end of next month. We have Hetmar, Hochskolen, who are these different disciplines engaged into this, and we have the University of Limerick, but we also had today the confirmation from IED, which is Instituto Europeo de Diseño, who are also doing some workshop around it. Anyway, there's different people engaged in different ways, but everyone is producing something for Stuttgart. Then we have the physical lab. That means this space that we have transformed from a bike shop into an idea shop, let's say. We have the on-site workshops, and those are taking place from now until December around these 5 topics, which are technology, activities, environment, people, and seasonal strategy. You can find more information on the website. Then we have the Kulturelle Skolesekken, which is this educational program that is linked this year to this project, and we are engaging 1,300, almost 300 kids into giving their ideas for Stuttgart. We have the digital lab, which also includes different kind of activities. One of them is the Hamar experience, which is this, but then there's also the blog and the website, and also some online workshops. You can find more information also on dreamhamar.org. And then the urban design, which is actually the end of everything. So all the ingredients and all these inputs should be processed and elaborated so that we can provide the best urban design as possible. Hopefully we'll be able to do so, because well, that's the aim. I mean, that's the physical aim, but there's also another one, which is a social one, and that is about getting people to work with each other and to engage into this kind of creative process, and because this is happening now and maybe it's not happening in 2 more years. That's it. Okay, and that's Bjarte Itre, who is conducting that myself. I look like a cowgirl, and well, I think that's it. Yeah, and these are images that we already saw. Okay, I don't know if there is any question because today is going to be a shorter. Okay, here you can see the pictures and the info about this week's workshops with Biarte and Juan Freire. I don't know if there's any kind of question on the chat because I'm going to take 1 minute to look at it because today I don't have any help. Sorry about this. Is there any question, Marisa? Yes, she's asking me if we were on the newspaper. Yes, we were on the newspaper both on Friday. On Friday, it was not an article about us, it was an article about the future of Stuttgart. It was a very nice point of view, and they spoke in a very, it was the newspaper Haiti, and it was a very positive critic about the project and about the future and about the amazing opportunity that this is for the locals. So I think well, it's a very positive support from from their point of view. And then we were also on Saturday. We were on the front page, Noah and myself, and we were also inside. And also it was more an interview, a personal interview to the two of us, but also a very positive, you know, point of view about the project and the opportunity for Hamar and so on. And actually, one of the questions that we were asked in this interview was about, what is the, the worst thing or what we are, not very happy about being here in Norway. And I said very sincerely that I hate not to speak Norwegian because it makes me feel very frustrated and very, I would love to be able to read the newspaper. I would love to, to feel more confident and to be able to speak. I mean, everyone speaks English here, but there's still, this language barrier that I hate, and of course I don't speak any Norwegian. So anyway, I answered that as to the question, and today I was working here and there was one woman coming in and she was very nice. She said, I read that in the newspaper, and I'm a Norwegian teacher. I teach at the university, and there's this intense course starting tomorrow. So not tomorrow, but on Wednesday. So I invite you to come. And I found it so nice, She was like so caring, and it's like I really thank you. I don't know if I will be able to do it, but I really thank you. But yes, if you want to do it, you can do it, and so on. It's a very intense course, and there's not that many people attending. So maybe that could be my chance, my only chance to learn a little bit of Norwegian. Of course, I will not be able to speak Norwegian, but just to be not to sound so silly, It's like I don't like it not to be able to communicate the basic things. Anyway, I don't know if I will do it, but I really appreciate her help and ideas. So I don't know if there is any other question. Is there any other question, Marisa? And I think you were also on the radio. Was it national? Yes, we were on the radio, but it is not national. It's a local radio. It's Radio Exact. And I didn't hear the interview myself, but I heard it was a nice interview. They were interviewing us, but also the people from the commune, so it gives like kind of a full spectrum. And actually, Per Cato, who is the person who interviewed us, is coming also tomorrow for the workshop. So I hope he will give to his audience. He will give a kind of some ideas of what's going on here, because I understand not everyone is able to attend, but that's why it's so important to communicate the results and to communicate the ideas that will come up, so that for those who are not attending, we can really share it with them, and they can become part of it, because they can still also write us on the blog or come up someday with their ideas and so on. So I don't know if there is any other question. Marisa? How are you going to process the data from the cultural rucksack? Okay, that's a good question. Well, we're going through this Carly, who is giving us a hand with us. She's American, and we're going to go through the 1,300 drawings. We were trying to figure out if there is any kind of trend that you can feel between the boys and girls or not. But mainly we're going to classify the drawings among topics because there's some topics that are really, all of them. It's like the water and some benches and or some nature, some trees, some restaurants, some playground. They want to play, they want to skate. Different things are going on, and I would like to basically try to communicate that graphically so that at the end we can have these kind of diagrams that show the main trends or the main topics or the main concerns, and we will elaborate a report out of this, scanning and showing some of these examples, the most relevant, and also trying to, as I said, trying to find a way so that we can communicate these 1,300 ideas through kind of statistics, but visually, so that it becomes like really clear and needs to be understood. And also to mention, there was some of the drawings are really nice, like for example, one of them was just drawing a big sun in the middle of the square, and that's why I think the weather and the climate conditions so much life that I like this idea. It's like, okay, we just need a sun, no? Or there was another one who just said we want people in the square, as simple as that, but as powerful as that. And I totally agree with that, because if I would say the only real thing that the square is missing is people, and for that we have to to be very creative, to figure out what is the best way to bring people to this space, and how can we do something really creative and active and nice so that people can come to do things, not just to be to look at things, but to do things themselves. So, apart from these kind of general trends about the, there's these ideas that are very, very, very present all throughout, most of the drawings. There's some of them that are very, very nice. Many, even one, and that was also very nice. They did a Dream Hammer exhibition space for us, I guess. So that's very nice from the kids. They put us on the ground with a kind of transparent ceiling. That's very nice also. I don't know, all sort of ideas. And there's kids who are working with them, with the idea of the season. So they're creating these different 4-season areas. Some other are doing like really playful and joyful playgrounds, like a dragon that is kind of a playground. A lot of them are working with the water and the lighting, combining them, so that they're creating this kind of water fountains, but with changing colors in underneath. So there's all sort of ideas. I don't know how many of them will become architects, but there's very interesting ideas. We will process them somehow, so that we can write a report saying, okay, what's the main ideas and the most popular ones, or why could that happen? I mean, because my some of them are really onto we need a fountain and it should be in the middle, okay? And for me that's curious, and it's like, why in the middle? Why a fountain? Why not on the corner? Why not instead of round, something like really shapy? So I guess it's because maybe the question was like, what do you want for a square? And maybe the word square, is linked to this fact of placing a fountain in the middle with some benches. And, I think we should have maybe made a different question. So it's not the square, what do you want for the square, but also what would you like to do in the public space, or what would you like to do in the city that you are not doing at the moment? So, well, from that point of view, I think maybe the question was not the best one, because there's something, kind of, I think that is not correct, in the sense that it could have been more open, and to let the kids know that it's not that they're creating a square, they're creating a square maybe that they never, that they've never seen before, because that's the way it is. So they could have been maybe more creative, at least some of them, but still the models that they're producing now with the artists are very, they're very interesting, and they're actually going to be exhibited at the Kunstbanken, sorry, which is the kind of art gallery here. And I think that's going to be very interesting, because there's going to be like 33 different models with different beautiful ideas. So, I mean, and it's a more elaborated work, so it really looks nice. Okay, any other question? No? Okay, if there is no other question, I'm going to leave it here, because we have a lot of work for this week. I have to get a lot of things ready for tomorrow. And again, if you have any comment, idea, suggestion, problem, or whatever, just write us to dreamhammer@gmail.com. If you want to attend the workshops, or you want to organize something yourself, or if you want to share something with us, also write us to the email. And if you want to attend the workshop, just keep updated information on the website, which is dreamhammer.org. Yes, Marisa is saying that next weeks are going to be hectic. Yes, they are. And also pay attention to what we are doing on Wednesday with Bergen Bus students. I'm sure it's going to be creative for sure, and different for sure as well. Okay, thank you very much, Alberto, for your comment. And I think that's it. Thank you very much to all of you for coming and joining us today, and we'll be here again next Monday at the same time, 6 o'clock. I don't know if the same weather, or it will be colder, or I don't know. And we will have the opportunity to share some of the results of the workshops of this week. Okay, thanks to you, Marisa, also, and bye-bye. Bye.